Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. In today's video we are going to completely take apart the hot end of a Bibo 3D printer. I was switching filaments and got some temperatures incorrect, and I ended up getting, I think I've got a jam of PLA and ABS in the heat break or in the nozzle. I'd taken the nozzle out already, tried to kind of poke around there, and that didn't work. So now I'm going to take the whole thing out and then see how we can get rid of this clog. So let's go head over to the printer and I'll show you how to take this apart. Okay, so basically taking this off is not all that difficult. You gotta remove the temperature sensor, which slots through the back right here. There's a set screw here that holds it in place. And then you gotta remove the heating element, and this screw right here is what holds that in place. I'm gonna go ahead and loosen that up here a little bit. And then with the smaller Allen wrench that comes with the printer, you can get this set screw in here and loosen it. Okay. Now that should free up the sensor. Using the tip of the Allen wrench, I can push that back here, and then with some needle nose, just pull it out the rest of the way. Okay, now this guy fits a little snug. I think that's pretty loose. Same method. It just doesn't want to come out. So before I do the rest of that, I'm going to take this front fan off here, unclip the wiring harness. And there's these two bolts here, this one and this one, hold the fan assembly on. Just loosen those guys up a little bit. And then this front fan here, oh, I'm sorry, I got the wrong one. It's the front two, not the back two. Loosen up the front two of these guys a little bit, and then that fan should just pull right off. You can see that it's got the nut slots here, and then tighten it down, it just compresses this against the top. Okay, so I'm going to set that aside. And the reason you do that is so that you can get to the top here, take these fans off so that you can get at the set screw that's holding the hot end in. Realizing now that you can't see what I'm seeing, so I'm taking these two screws out right here so I can take this fan off. I previously loosened these two bolts, which allowed this fan to pull out and off. Just going to drop those so they're out of my way. fan off. Oh, I thought I was going to turn that fan off, but it's only the parts cooling fan that is controllable from the screen here. So, I'm just going to work with it, pulling it up to the side here. But from here, you should be able to see there's 3 more holes in the front of this plate, this aluminum plate here, and the one closest to that heat sink, this guy right there, is what holds the set screw, and you can see the hot end kind of sticking up toward the extruder just above that piece of aluminum, that thing right there. So I'm going to loosen that set screw and then drop the hot end out. Okay, got that loose. Still hot. Okay, and that allows the hot end to pull down. Put that fan out of the way again. Fighting this cable here right now that's holding the temperature or the heating element in. There you go. Some pliers up on the back side. I think I'll be able to pull it out. There we go. Ooh, that is a tight fit. Okay, and there's the hot end there. And there's a little piece of ABS stuck in there. Good stuff, good stuff. Pull that out. I think there's some PLA in there from the previous print that is what's been giving me my problems here. Just looking for my poking tool. Let's see if we can find that. Here it is. Okay. So from this side here, I think you can kind of see the extra little insert there. That's some silver PLA. Just doesn't want to come out. Oh, there it goes. Now it's free. Alright, so I had to order a new heater block. This guy got a bunch of plastic in the threads while I was trying to pull the clog out, and I was trying to rethread this guy in and it just wasn't going to work. So I ordered this guy on Amazon. It came in a couple days. Looks to be a perfect replacement, and I'll link this in the video description below for you guys. So basically what we're going to do is take this little sleeve, threaded sleeve off of here. We're going to install that on this guy. I'm not going to set it quite all the way. Then I'm going to take the old nozzle because it's still a-okay and thread that guy in there. Just give that a little tighten. And then the same thing with that guy. Alright, so now we're going to go reinstall this in the printer. Alright, so we're back at the printer. We're just going to go ahead and reinsert the heating element into there, as well as the temperature sensor. Those fit nice and easy, and then we'll insert this guy up and into its slot here. Getting a little bit of resistance, so I'm just going to loosen up this set screw a little bit more. What is holding me? Looks like I just marred up the surface of this sleeve a little bit with the pliers, so I'm going to get a little sandpaper, clean that up. I think that's what's blocking me. Okay, I got this very smooth now. Hopefully this will do the trick. Where are you? There we go. Okay. Alright. Now we'll put this back together. Alright. And we'll put the sensor and heating element in. There we go. Okay. And then we'll go ahead and tighten up these set screws down here for the heating element and sensor. Okay, so that one there was for the temperature sensor. This one here is for the heating element. I'm just going to make that kind of flush out with the front of the block. Get that nice and tight. Okay, so that's done. Now, in order to level these, we're going to use the bed. So I'm going to go get the glass for it, and then we're going to put that on here, raise the bed up so that both of these touch, and then we'll tighten the set screw that holds the heater block in place. Here's the glass bed. first block is touching. Before the original. Just gonna get this set screw ready. It fell out. That's the set screw that's immediately to the left of the heat sink. I'm just gonna kind of snug it up there a little bit. We'll raise this back up. You're looking at this bed trying to see if the nozzles are about the same height. And to me, they look pretty good. I'll show you what I'm looking at. So if I bring the bed down a little bit and bring it back up, you'll see they touch at the same time. I think that's what we want. So I'm going to tighten that down the rest of the way and then we'll do a test print. Okay, so I've got the heater block installed here. We're going to re-secure this cooling fan here. That's got these bolts with the nylon washers. They go through the fan cage on the back side. Behind the fan there's another small nylon washer. So I'm just going to bolt that up real quick and then we'll get to test printing. Okay, so I've got the filament loaded here, got the machine heated back up, did a quick extrude on the nozzle. Now I'm into new filament and we're going to start a benchy. Looks like we got a pretty solid first layer going down there. The other nozzle is not knocking it off. I think we did a decent job of leveling those two nozzles relative to each other. I'm just going to let this play through and see how it goes. And there you have it. We've got our test benchy printed here. Looks pretty good after we cleared out that clog string there. Pretty nice print overall. And there you have it. We were able to take apart that entire hot end in the Bibo and then we ended up having to replace the heat block because we got some gunk in the threads there. But ultimately we cleared the jam, loaded in some new filament, and were able to print that test print. One thing I did want to go over, because as I was editing this video I noticed I didn't really do it in the sequence there. So I had to replace the PTFE liner that goes in the heat break. there was, as I suspected, a whole huge glob of like PLA ABS mixture in there that was just not coming out. And so I went to go see if I could find some tubing to replace that with. I was coming up short, kept finding only the like Bowden tube, or the, I think it's a 3 millimeter inside, 4 millimeter outside, or 2 millimeter inside, 4 millimeter outside diameter PTFE, and this was a much smaller tube. So anyway, I found this stuff here. It's 2 mil in, 3 mil outer diameter, and then I also bought one of these little PTFE cutters that just kind of keeps even pressure on the walls of the tubing, so that it doesn't like become oval shaped, right, or like compressed. So basically I was able to salvage the one that came out of the heat break, so I used that to measure, and then I just cut another piece of the tube with the cutter here and loaded that into the heat break, and that seemed to work really well. It fits perfectly, and I'll link both of these things in the affiliate links in the description below. So that's going to be it for today's video. If you guys found that to be helpful in any way, shape, or form, please let me know down below in the comments, and consider liking this video and subscribing to the channel. It will really help us out. Alright everyone, we'll see you on the next one.